Hi there. I'm here today with a couple of my Solutionise Global colleagues to talk about mental health and wellness. Who would have thought that we'd come into 2021 still in lockdown, still not together with our colleagues, still missing our family and friends? There's no doubt that the last year has been really, really hard going. But at the end of the day, we all have jobs to do and we have to carry on. So we thought it'd be really good to gather a few of us together to have a little chat about mental health and wellness, as it's definitely at the top of our agenda as a business at the moment. So I'm Rachel McElroy. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Solutionise Global, and I'm here today with my colleagues, Rae Evans and Sophia Cuthill. So Rae, tell us a little bit about you and what you do at Solutionise.
Hi, I'm Rae, and I'm Senior Marketing Executive. So I actually work alongside Rachel, assisting her with the overall marketing strategy for brand growth and awareness. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I also help with all the people initiatives with the socials and everything like that.
Perfect. Thank you, Rae. And Sophia, tell us a little bit about you and your role.
Yeah, so I'm Sophia Cuthill and I am talent acquisition specialist. So I work within our internal talent function, so responsible for all things recruitment, talent, workforce planning, and I'm also one of SG's mental health ambassadors. So yeah, that's me.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So guys, mental health and wellness, just been Blue Monday. It's really on leaders' agendas. Why is it so important, and why should it be absolutely at the top of company agendas? Sophia, as a mental health ambassador at SG, or one of our mental health ambassadors, what are your thoughts?
I think that employee wellness and health should always be considered a critical business priority. I mean, it's so important and also really key to sustainable and long-term success within businesses. I mean, our employees are our greatest asset. Now, more than ever, I think it's vital that leaders really show humility, empathy, compassion, as people are really struggling. It's like you said, it's nearly a year now since the pandemic hit, and for myself, and I know for a lot of others, it really does feel quite relentless. So yeah, and I mean, not only do leaders have a duty of care and moral obligation to ensure that employees are okay, but also, like I mentioned before, ensuring a healthy workforce means that leaders are really kind of working towards securing the future success of the business. I don't think that wellness should just be a tick box. It really should be ingrained into company culture, and kind of form a part of the wider business strategy. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think, as exactly as you said, it shouldn't just be we're in a pandemic, this is a tick box exercise, because ultimately there are hundreds and hundreds of statistics around employee well-being, basically impacting the bottom line. And in a difficult marketplace where, trading conditions are tough, not only is it an organisation's duty to look after their people, but actually it will have a really big impact on their business growth as well. Rae, what are your thoughts?
Well, just leaning on a bit from what Sophia said, really. So obviously we touched upon a lot of wellbeing in our Northern Powerhouse white paper, and a lot about what leaders are doing. And I think I'm a firm believer that if you have highly engaged staff who are happy and content, there's a higher increase of productivity as well. So I think just keeping everybody motivated, spirits high, adding a little bit of fun initiatives in there, and it should be on leaders' priority. Like Sophia said, it's not a tick list. It should be ingrained in the culture and the foundations of the business, and your employers should be your highest priority, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a really key theme that we've found in all of our comms and marketing and interviews and white papers that we've done over the last year, is that really people are absolutely everything in your business, and you have to look after them because they are absolutely your strongest asset. Do you feel, ladies, that things feel a little bit different this time round compared to the first lockdown?
Yeah. I do, yeah, definitely. I think there's a few different things. I think in the first lockdown, there was kind of a sense of this will be over in a few months. I know all my kind of friends were saying, yeah, we'll be going on holiday in July and let's just ride it out and it'll be fine. And also at that point we were entering the summer period. We had some amazing weather. Obviously evenings were a lot lighter, which we all know helps massively. Sorry, whereas this time around, we're in the coldest months, the evenings are dark, people are really fed up, people are struggling, they're struggling mentally, financially. A lot of people have now experienced loss as well. So I do think that this time around people are struggling a lot more. However, on the flip side, I think businesses, well, we know businesses have been flexible and they have adapted. Things like online fitness videos, apps, group classes have all moved online. You can now do yoga from home. You don't have that kind of commute or things like that. And managers and business owners and leaders have definitely adapted as well. And you can definitely see that any issues that did at the beginning come with a remote workforce, leaders have adapted to now. They know how to deal with those. They know how to support their employees. They know how to really be there for them and kind of keep them motivated. So I definitely think this time around it is different to the first time around.
Yeah, I would agree with you. What do you think, Rae?
Yeah, I agree. I think the weather has a weather and sort of the months. January is just a fun month, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
Definitely.
I know it's just awful. It's nearly
Every end of the year, sort of, you know, it's January, goals, refresh. You know, you've got your all these things you set out for the year, and you do think that this year is going to be different, and it sort of feels like it's still 2020. Nothing's changed. So I think it's putting people into that mood of, no, this is a new year, it's a new fight, let's go. And I think that just goes down to motivation and setting some goals, manifesting things. I'm a firm believer in manifesting goals. And just really clearing your mind and thinking of some clear objectives. It is hard, it's dark in the morning, it's dark at work. But make the most of it, and like I say, adapt to it, embrace it, try some new things, try some new skills while you've got the time and the space. Some upskilling is always good while you're stuck inside, really.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a really valid point. I mean, that's something as a business we've been doing an awful lot of in terms of upskilling and challenges and setting ourselves little goals and targets. I mean, I tend to have goals and targets even at the weekend of what I want to achieve, because I find that having that kind of focus gets stuff done. That's just the way I am. I know, ladies, we share a bit of a love of going out for a run to blow the cobwebs away, and we've been sharing a lot of mental health and wellness tips. I'd love to know what your top tips are for for staying sane and really looking after your mental health and wellness. And Sophia, what do you do to keep yourself sane?
So a few things in terms of probably work-wise to keep myself motivated, ensuring there's a structure to my day, planning my day the day before. And I do appreciate things kind of get thrown left field and that might go out the window. But also throughout the day, just noting down little wins so that if it has been a particularly quiet day or week, actually at the end of it, you can think, well, I have actually achieved X, Y, Z, which I do think helps. And then kind of in personal life, I gave up social media about 6 to 8 months ago, got rid of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and honestly, I've never looked back. It's been one of the best things I could have done for my mental health. Appreciate it's not an easy thing to do, and you do kind of think, am I missing out on this and am I missing out on that and stuff like that, but that I found that really helped. And then in terms of other things, just kind of regularly exercising, speaking to friends. I took up knitting, reading, and then I've also recently started meditating, but literally just 10 minutes in the morning, because I think if you say to yourself, I'm going to meditate for an hour every single day, and you don't do it, you feel like a failure. So I think really kind of setting smaller goals. So I literally only do 10 minutes a day, and you do feel a lot better afterwards, and you don't feel like, how am I going to find the time to do this and stuff like that. So definitely little goals I think are really good.
Yeah, I think there's a really famous saying, which is, if you can't see the path ahead, just focus on your next step. And that really kind of sums up for me. It's in fact, somebody used it in our Northern Powerhouse white paper, and it sticks in my mind because that really sums up this whole period. We're really out of control. We're very much at the mercy of, you know, the figures, the government, everything that's cast upon us. So you have to have sort of baby steps really to feel like you have that control over what you're doing.
Absolutely, definitely agree.
Yeah. And Rae, what about you? What are you doing to keep yourself occupied and keep your mind busy?
I think just things that I wouldn't usually do. For instance, help my mum with tea, clean. My dad never fell over the step when he saw me on Saturday. Keeping your mind busy. I think staying off your phone. I mean, we spend all week. I mean, I do because I work in marketing and social media. Spend all week on your laptop, digital, on your phone with your headphones in. Having a break from it during the weekend is lovely. Like just spending less time on your phone, you'll see your screen time go down massively on a Saturday night. Also staying active. I've been going for a lot of runs, and I'm in a bit of a competition with myself on getting time. Trying to do 3K in under 15 minutes. So it's working out okay. Just getting yourself getting up early, setting some goals. I like to reward myself for my goals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, for instance, during the week, it might be that I might, you know, if I achieve all my goals, I might treat myself to a little Zara parcel. Even it might be as little as you could have a chocolate bar on a Friday. You know, anything just to treat yourself and just to give yourself that, you know, that recognition that you obviously deserve. It's pandemic, and you've worked hard during the week. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I think when it comes to treating yourself, it feels like at the moment we've got absolutely nothing to look forward to. But actually, like you said, if you think, if I achieve X, Y, Z, I get a Zara parcel or I get a chocolate bar or something like that, I think that can kind of motivate us and give us things to look forward to, where usually we'd be looking forward to holidays and things like that. So I think that's important as well, definitely.
Yeah. I think I think it comes back to really the focus now on, you know, the small things. We've probably rediscovered. I mean, I have never seen so many people out walking in my local area ever. When I go out for a run, it's like people dodging. So many, where have they even come from? You know, literally. There's so many people. So I think, you know, some of the upsides of, you know, this awful pandemic and the situation is that we do appreciate the smaller things, like spending time with our families. We've probably all spent more time with our, you know, close loved ones than ever before. The people that we live with, if we're lucky enough not to live on our own. And, you know, we've got a greener world, I suppose, because we're not traveling as much, and we're all a little bit fitter because we're getting outside. So there's definitely I've got a halo now. Yeah,
definitely. No. Bless you. No, I definitely agree with you. I think I've never walked so much in my life since the kind of the lockdown period, and it really makes you appreciate where you live and your surroundings and fresh air, just kind of getting outside and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, definitely. I think we have to.
Sorry,
Rae. Go on.
What was that, Rae?
Well, I think it's just time. Like, you know, you say you're going to do things and you never have the time usually. Yeah. It's just like courses, like we've been doing read courses, haven't we, Rachel? And you know, I've been getting up to date on Photoshop and you know, reskilling myself in that. And it's stuff that you wouldn't usually do in your spare time. You've got a chance to do now, and it's kind of it's a good and a bad thing, isn't it, in a way?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think we're really, really lucky. One of the things that will carry us through is obviously our culture within the company. I think we all really, really miss each other. And we've got lots of fun stuff planned to bring us all back, to keep us all together as a team as we enter more and more remote working situations. It feels like a long time until we could be back in the office together. So I'm really looking forward to doing some more challenges and doing some competitive stuff and doing some cool stuff as well. I know Rae's got a jam-packed calendar for us, which would be good. Any other thoughts on what we should be doing as as companies about mental health and well-being?
I think it comes to the back to the whole thing of it not just being a tick box exercise. And I know we recently sent out the engagement form to kind of ask how people are doing, because that's anonymous, where people might not come forward and actually say, I don't like XYZ, or I'm struggling with XYZ, which I think was really good. And we got some really good feedback in terms of what we could be doing more to kind of support people and things like that. So I definitely think that that's a really good way of kind of finding out how people are doing, and just simple things like checking in, asking how people are doing, a simple text message. I know if I'm having a bit of a down day and I receive even a text message just with a love heart or a thinking of you or how are you doing today or something like that from a friend, it completely changes your mindset. And I think leaders and managers to do the same, kind of check in, how are you okay, is there anything else I can support you with, take your lunch break, go for a walk, get outside. It doesn't have to be huge expensive programs. It's I think it genuinely is the little things that do help.
I agree, yeah. And I think as well, like, we've been very lucky, me and Sophia, because we've got such a strong leadership team. Obviously, Rick is my manager, so yeah. But just the encouragement and the support, the WhatsApps, the communication. Communication is key, because I think it's good for actionable insight. Like say with the survey we did, and also just support, so you're not alone. Everyone's, I like saying, white paper, a quote from the white paper is, nobody has had the same experience this pandemic. Everyone's had a totally different experience. So just being mindful, sympathetic towards it is key.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I completely agree.
Yeah, I think you really hit on communication and just being aware. Everybody has gone through a different journey, and it's been really, really hard, everyone, and just asking people, how are you? What's going on in your life? Being really mindful. You've got people living on their own. You've got people with kids homeschooling. You've got such a myriad of different situations, and it's down to all of us to be, emphatic and make sure that we look after people.
Yeah,
definitely. I think as well, another thing is recognition, because I think sometimes when you're sat at home, it's easy in the office to say well done for XYZ and that was amazing, but actually when you're sat at home, it's more to send a text. I know my manager Kirsty on Friday afternoon or Friday evening just sent a text to say thanks for your efforts this week, and it means a lot. It means so much, and it's only something small. And I think that is something that is really important, is it's recognition for hard work, and even if it is just little wins and things like that. So an appreciation. Everybody wants to be appreciated, don't they?
Everyone wants to be appreciated, and everyone wants to feel like people have got their backs, whether it's colleagues, customers, peers, friends. We have a duty of care really to make sure that we've got people's backs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I really appreciate you ladies joining me today and talking about mental health and wellness. I'm really pleased that we've got a really good steering team within our organisation to make sure that it remains a focus, not just now, but for the future. And thank you for sharing your tips.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. Catch up as well.